Hello and welcome to BETE. Today we will be showing you a variety of different applications available on both Android and iOS devices that can help build student independence in their academic work and assignments that they turn in for you in class. Each of the applications that we will be showing you is free, so once you download them to the device, they're good to go. Show you a brief overview of each application, and throughout the next few weeks, for anything we haven't shown, we'll do just a quick video on what the application is and just a little bit more in depth into what the application is. But using devices and applications to build independence is important because it works on establishing student independence, works on building their STEAM. It allows the students to see the assignment in a different way, and sometimes just giving them an old school task through a digital means is a new way to revitalize the assignment to make it more exciting for the student. Today we will not be driving a lot into cloud drives. We'll be talking about cloud drives at the very end of the presentation. This presentation is primarily aimed at people who are brand new to using technology devices. They just want to get them into their classrooms and try to seamlessly fit them in the easiest way possible. Well, that benefits them, but also benefits the student. It doesn't cause too much stress or anxiety for anybody in the building or classroom. So just to do a quick overview of the applications we'll be going over today. The first one is just basic email. Second is Microsoft Word, Google Docs, PowerPoint, and Google Slides. SnapType for OT. It's not available on Android yet. PDF Notes free, and iAnnotate, Genius Scan, and we're going to just touch on to different cloud drives, things like that. So the first thing I'm going to go over briefly is email. It's important to have some type of email available on the iOS device or Android device. In many cases now, school systems are moving towards the Office 365 or Google Classroom model. With either of these platforms, the students are able to get their own personalized email addresses. If they aren't able to get their own email addresses, I really encourage working with the school and parents to try to get the student either a classroom email address or talk with the parents about seeing if they can get their own individual email address. The reason you want this email address is this way the teacher is able to email assignments to their students, but the student is also then able to email the assignment back to the teacher. You might be asking yourself, why would I need to email an assignment to a student? The email feature is going to work seamlessly with many of the other applications I'm going to show you today. It's going to allow the student to edit the assignment on their iPad, things like that. It's just one of those easier steps as opposed to working through cloud drives, things like that. You can just email the assignments directly to your students. They can email them back. So for instance, if you look at, close out this window really quick, pull my iPad up. Right here I've downloaded an assignment I got for free, or an assignment I got off of Teachers Pay Teachers. And what I'm able to do is take the assignment, make the screen bigger, and once I have this PDF through email, go up here to the top right, click this little arrow. These are all of the different applications you can upload that assignment to. So that's where this is going to come in. This email feature is going to come in handy in making sure that you have some way to email the assignment on and off the iPad. The next application I'm going to show you is called Genius Scan. It's really good to have some type of scanning application on your phone or tablet. What this is going to allow you to do is not have to rely on a big old school scanner to scan an assignment. When might you be scanning something? So say you've got a worksheet, you didn't have time to get to a computer, you might have printed it, might just be from an old textbook that you just don't have a digital copy for. What you're able to do with the Genius Scan is just scan it using your phone and email it. This application is going to really build off a lot with integrating with a lot of the other applications. So with Genius Scan, what I'm able to do is take a picture of something. So I've got that worksheet I showed you. Go over the paper, take a picture. And what it's going to do, sorry, I'm not the best picture I've ever taken. I can go through, I can take a picture, but then when I hit edit, I can crop the square just to fit the sides of the picture. I can save it. And now I've got this top one up here. I've got the file available as a file. I can now upload it into other assignments. So once I've got that file, if I go down here at the bottom right, I click there. What I would do for this is where the paid versus not paid comes in. These are all the things you can't do unless you pay, but if you click other apps, you're able to access the file in any other application. But from here you can email it to your students, and then you can open it up in SnapType, which I will show you, into Adobe or into PDF Notes that I'll show you, things like that. So that's just why it's a little bit important to have some type of good scanning application on your device. This also comes in handy. Say you took notes on the board, you want to make sure your students have a copy of the notes, you can use this scanner to take a picture of the notes and then send it out to your students. Now this is where the fun part comes in. This is where you're going to go after you have either email set up or that scanner and that scanning set up too. So as I was showing, when you've got the, in either case, email or the annotation software, once you have that assignment available, what you're able to do is open it up in something like PDF Notes. This is one I've used for iOS. There's another for Android. There's a great one called iAnnotate. It does the same thing. It's available on Android. There is an iOS version. However, for iOS, iAnnotate is $10, but for Android, it's free. I'm not really sure why. But what you're able to do in applications like this, you just want a good annotation application, is go and you're able to upload that assignment to something like PDF Notes. And what that's going to do is give you the option to actually pencil onto the assignment. You can go through, once you have that taskbar up, you can highlight anything you want on this worksheet. Once the student is done, go to the bottom. So once you have your menu up, go to the bottom left down here, click this button, hit Export Annotated File, send it an email, and then you're able to email it to the teacher, you're able to email it wherever you need to email it. So the student can just do their work on their tablet. Another application you can use is called SnapType. We did a video on this a few weeks back. SnapType allows you to type directly onto a worksheet. There's two versions, the free version, paid version. As I was saying before, whenever you can, I encourage you to always buy the full version. That way it supports the company, things like that. The only difference between the free and the pro version is going to allow you to store multiple files at a time. It also can allow you to see the image as a black and white as opposed to the color image. But again, this application will allow you to type directly onto the worksheet, and once they're done, they can email it to you. So I'm going to show you really quickly. It's that same process, but I'm going to show you through Genius Scan. So I've got Genius Scan open, and once you have the file you want clicked on, go to the bottom right, click the little arrow. Remember, click Other Apps, because if you click Other Apps, you'll be able to do all the free things that this application says you have to pay for. Click Import with SnapType. Give it a name. And once the worksheet is in there, you can zoom in, things like that. It does have a pencil feature, which you can click anywhere you want, and you can type out your responses. If you don't want, well, actually, once you're done with the worksheet, top right, click that, click as a PDF, You can click your email, and then you can email it to the teacher to show that you're finished with the work. One of the cool features with this application is it actually allows you the option to take a picture. So you can just hit camera, and you can go over the worksheet and take a picture. I often like, whenever I can, just getting it from the email, things like that. It's sometimes easier to read the file, things like that. But that's just another one, especially if you don't have time to go through all the other applications. You can just take a picture directly through SnapType. One of the greatest things with both the tablet and either tablet, Android, and iOS is that they both have full access to Microsoft Office and all the Google Suite files. So what does this mean for you? Essentially, the student has a word processor. So rather than sending his kid off to class with one of those old Office Words or needing a laptop, things like that, you give them a tablet. They have the full Microsoft Office suite. So they can have Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, all for free if they have an Office 365 account, or if you have access to a Google Classroom account, or you just have a Google account, you have access to the whole entire Google suite. So, for instance, in Microsoft Word, both of them do the same thing. This is Microsoft Word. It looks very you can't see it yet, can you? This is Microsoft Word. Looks very much similar to what you would see on the computer. You can type, things like that. But one of the cool things when you use the Microsoft Office or the Google Docs is it's got word protection, but you can also use, if you look down here, you can use the voice to text. So if you tap that button, hello, you're going to be able to do voice to text in that file. The same thing comes into play in Google Docs, which is literally just the equivalent to Microsoft Word. Hello. The equivalent. So you got Microsoft Word, Google Docs, which is the same thing, just two different companies. You have Microsoft PowerPoint. You can send the PowerPoint to the students. They can create their own PowerPoints. You also have Google Slides. You can do the same thing, view and create PowerPoints. Now remember, whenever you're trying to get a file off, in most applications, look for the top right, bottom left. That's where you're going to see the arrows to send them off. In Microsoft Word, look for the person with the plus. Click Send a Copy, and then Send with another application, and that's going to allow you to send it out. In Google, to hit the people. Sorry, not the people. Hit the top right, hit the three buttons. Go down, click Share and Export. And then you'll be able to hit Send a Copy. It does the same thing. So remember, both cases, the same thing, same purposes. Last thing I encourage you to check out, we'll do a more in-depth video down the road on how you can better integrate these, is having a decent cloud drive on your tablet. Cloud drives are allow you to do is save things on the cloud, save things in digital space, and be able to share them and access them anywhere in the world. Sometimes easier to send a document this way, to store information, things like that. But we'll do a more in-depth video on how to better integrate cloud drives. As a beginner, I'd really encourage you just to stick with email and emailing assignments on and off your tablets. Saying earlier, if anything, if you don't want to blow up your inbox with your assignments, create an additional email and just call it the turn-in email address, something like that. As always, thank you for checking out this video on how to get started using different free applications to build student independence in your classroom. As always, let us know how you are using tablets to build independence with your students. Let us know what resources you are using, or just let us know that you're using our apps or using these apps. Be sure to check out our website at beteched.com, where we're constantly updating the site with new resources that we find and people suggest, along with our weekly Tech Bite. Additionally, follow us on Facebook at BTechEd and Twitter at BTechEd. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day.